Oh, they're the big don't argue. Get off me, he says. Clear the tarmac. It's takeoff time.
Media Vintage Sports Network presents Play-by-Play Podcast with Jordan Hughes. Alrighty, welcome in Play-by-Play Rugby and another massive weekend ahead. And the boys are back together once again. Rian Stowers, Tyler Campbell, Jordan Hughes. We are back for the ride. A big social weekend, boys. Didn't watch much footy, but a few beers. It was a good weekend. How are we?
No, I was watching footy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, true. You all the analysts tonight from you.
Mate, we were in Gotham, but we're still watching footy.
Bloody oath.
Before we move on, though,
Yes.
we got to just put a little bit of shout out to you, Geordie. Birthday on Monday, was it?
Yes, it was, mate.
So happy birthday from us, I guess from us too, and all our listeners. Make sure you send them some birthday love. Was it 25?
Yeah, let's go with that.
We'll go with 25?
Yeah. I can go with that. Close. Thank you, boys. Appreciate that. Yes, it's been a big weekend. How was your weekend? How are we doing? All good? Good win on the weekend as well?
Good win, and then I think I spent the next 36 hours celebrating with Rian.
Yeah.
I was just protecting the city.
On and off the field? Yeah.
We might have to get a little photo here of the three of us.
Jesus Christ, that's where we're heading. Alrighty, let's get into it. Another bumper show coming your way. Also, mate, good to see you can join us this week.
What's that?
You missed it last week.
Yeah, welcome back.
Oh, well, you're having the podcast at 1 o'clock in the day.
Mate, well, we had it.
Some people got to work.
Some people got to stop saying excuses.
Yeah. I'm just saying, mate. But people miss you every time you're not here. People want to see you, mate.
I know that.
Good your back. You might want to explain what those Crocs are.
Oh.
Are they Macca's? Like, what is
Yeah,
that?
McDonald's.
McDonald's Crocs.
Love it.
Always.
All right, boys, let's get into our recap of the weekend. Moment of the week, Rian?
Moment of the week, I'm going to have to go with Tim Ryan again.
The junkyard dog, eh? Yeah.
Bro, how unreal is he? He's really burst onto this. Could he be a bolter?
Oh, no. You're just like the rest of the media, eh? Put him in the wall, he's cool.
No, but like seriously, like they chucked in Max Jorgensen after
Yeah.
not as impressive start to the season as Tim Ryan has had. So
I think that was more an Eddie decision.
yeah, actually, yeah, that takes all credibility away.
Well, 5 tries, 2 games. Like, he's playing good, man.
Yeah, and against good opposition as well.
I think if he keeps it up, he's in the conversation. But I think Corey Toole's still got that nod ahead of him. He's been doing it for longer, and
True.
I think sometimes when you first come on the scene, teams haven't strategized to defend you as much yet.
Yeah.
Whereas Corey Toole, he's been around a while, so he's probably getting a lot less space than he was originally. So interesting to see how Tim Ryan adapts the next few weeks.
Yeah, because there's not much of him, but
No.
you know,
He
Can
throws
move.
himself around though.
bloody oath he can. Tyler?
I'm going to have to go the Blues.
Yeah, okay.
Dominant again in Melbourne, and I think it sets up a sort of big game this week between them and the Canes. I just think they're on a roll at the moment, and a few players back this week, so looking forward to that sort of clash that's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it was Len Ikitau. I reckon he's really starting to put his foot down. Like, he turned up, and I had to work for it against the Drua, the Brumbies. But yeah, for me, he's our best 13 in the country.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, after this week, definitely.
Yeah, he's looking really good. And then what sort of made you upset? What disappointed you from the weekend, Ree?
I think the Rebels, they're just really nothing.
Inconsistent. Can't.
Yeah, really nothing. But these like the players that are doing well in their team are still managing to be like shining lights in Super Rugby. Like I got to give a shout out to Josh.
Playing well.
Yeah, he is playing some unreal footy in a forward pack that is really struggling.
Yeah, I think and I think we sort of jumped the gun a little bit on the Rebels. With they never really had much competition for a while. They had a pretty easy run of games, and in the last few weeks, they're now playing those sort of top-end teams, and you're watching them start to slide down the table a little bit. But there's still a lot of talent there, and I guess that game was the game of concussions. I don't know if anyone actually watched it.
No, I didn't see much.
Both their midfielders for the Rebels did go off when it was tight, so they did show a bit of fight and then had to sort of do a makeshift backline, and then Rieko Ioane actually got concussed as well.
True.
So hopefully not too major of head knocks for those players, all those 3 of those players, and then get back on the field ASAP.
Well, they better turn around because they could easily fall out of the 8, the Rebels, if they keep where they're going.
I think that is another thing which is a huge disappointment in all of Super Rugby Pacific is the drop-off between the top teams and the lower teams, and there's only 8 teams in the comp.
There's 12.
12.
Eight in the finals,
yeah. 8 in the finals. There's only 12 teams in the comp. Like, there should not be
so
as much as a gap between...
Well, the fact we're talking about the Force and the Crusader, they can still make it
yeah.
in round 12 or whatever, is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have actually done some research on that.
Oh, good. Here we go.
And found out why it is a top 8.
Love this. Okay.
So I was speaking to Michael Collins.
Yep.
And he's still on the board of,
Super
I guess,
Rugby.
overseas Super Rugby as a whole. And the reason they're sticking as an 8-team competition is it actually brings in a lot of revenue for all 8 teams that go through. So I think they worked out like just hosting a finals game is like $300K for the club.
Yeah.
And if you dropped it down to a top 6 or, just straight semis, I think a lot of Aussie teams actually miss out on actually being in the top 4. You'd probably only most likely see the Brumbies. So I think it's actually, I can understand the benefits of it. It's going to help Aussie rugby in terms of the financial situations they're in. And, you've got something like a Rebels. Probably need 300K. It sounds like they're gone anyway.
But if they're gone and they've got 11 teams, is it still the 8? Like,
Well, hopefully they bring in
someone.
I wouldn't mind it being the Jaguares coming back in, the Argentinians.
Yep.
Because they're not playing any footy locally at the moment. So
Is that in talks? Is that like...
I think they're the only one that's actually possible.
yeah, there was talks of a Hawaiian team coming in, but we can't even get Moana.
That won't happen.
A Hawaiian US.
Yeah.
But we can't even get Moana kicking at the moment. So Moana and Fiji are still building their way up. So I wouldn't want to do that too early. But I'd love to see the Jaguares come back in.
Yeah. Did you say what upset you on the weekend?
No, I didn't.
What did you got? Anything in particular?
Probably the Crusaders. And the
Yeah.
biggest upset was seeing Scott Barrett go off that early. I think it's a different game if he plays the 480 and the Crusaders win.
Yeah, he's
And
huge.
We saw that the week before, how good he was when the Rebels went over there. Like, he's such a quality player. He's probably favourite to probably get the All Black captaincy. So it sucks seeing him go off the field because I think the more game time he gets, the better it is for A, the Satyrs, but B, as a New Zealand fan, the All Blacks. Because when he's up there, he's one of the best locks in the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For me, the Tars and the Force just showed absolutely zero. Like, just disgusting. 41-12 and 56-7. They just can't win on the road in New Zealand. It was embarrassing. The first 30 minutes, the game was done for both of them. So, anyway. We'll go to Club Rugby. Boys, good win on the weekend. GPS, very important win at home. How was that one? How'd you feel about that, Ree?
Yeah, that was a good game of footy, I reckon. Floyd, their fullback, is an absolute freak.
he's
You
brilliant.
don't want to give him anything. Like, we were kicking the ball to him. Thought we had a good defensive line, and he would just chip it over the top.
Yeah.
And it's good to see him come back after a Super Rugby debut the week before and perform like that and justify his selection in that sort of red
Sure.
squad because he was like...
That first half, he was good, yeah.
he was a big reason why they sort of had that lead on us because he pulled off some ridiculous stuff and got them out of a lot of trouble, and I thought we were putting pressure on them. For us, I think it's obviously a massive win for us. We didn't start the season how we wanted. Now we're two losses, 2 wins, going up against the Red Hot Brothers side that we get to sort of test ourselves against this week. They're defending premiers, and this will really sort of tell us where we're at, especially going up there. I think the Bunter Bowl's on the line.
Yep.
There's a few things going on there, but obviously they're a quality side, and I think on the weekend at times we were a bit ill-disciplined. But I thought overall it was a massive improvement as a team and a step in the right direction, and our younger boys are starting to really adapt to that
First grade level.
first grade premier
Yeah,
sort of style of
definitely.
footy. So
You can tell young guys feel a bit more confident there now.
Yeah, well, it feels like it out there on the field as well. Way less frantic, and it feels like we got a bit of purpose when we're getting through our shape.
Yeah. I hate to do it, but I'll give you a rap. I thought you played very well. Under the high ball, mate, flying high, and that 50-22. So you're looking right, and then you yell at him to go.
It was Tyler. I was looking right, and I was like, shit, there's someone there. And then I heard, left.
Yeah, nailed it.
You can see it in the video. I'm like fully shaping to kick to the right side.
Yeah.
just the megaphone, mate. The fucking voice came out.
What did you yell at him?
Kick it left. About 5 times in the space of 10 seconds.
It was loud.
Yeah, it was money. Good one to call as well. Enjoyed that. Brothers this week. I just want to say, obviously that disappointing loss of the semi last year against them. Does that come up this week, or is it because the whole new coach team doesn't get spoken about?
Look, I'm not one that likes to sort of dwell on the past. Obviously, there's a bit of want for revenge there for the boys that were there. But sometimes if you spend too much time focusing on what happened last year, you don't allow the team you've got to sort of grow and move forward.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with all the new people that we like.
Well, it's a
lots
big
of them weren't
turnover.
even part of that game.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like as a team we're not really focused on it, but I think some individuals will definitely be wanting to get their
Remember
get
it.
back. Yeah,
You're probably looking at two that will have it in the back of their mind and
Yeah.
play as if they are
Yeah.
trying to beat them because of what happened last year. But I think it's like, teams that won the year before have the same. You have to have the same mindset. And you look at the Storm, like Bellamy's talked about, even the Crusaders. Like, it's not good to go, oh, we did this last year and we won.
Yeah.
Like every year it's a new team. Even if you have the same sort of, I guess, spine and makeup of your team, you got a couple of new players, and teams adapt to you, so you've got to change every year. So it's not good to look at the past. But I think obviously we want to see this as our first. I think it's our first real challenge.
Up there, Crosby's
Up
always
there,
tough.
up Crosby. I think this will be a good test for our young boys.
Yeah.
Obviously, a hostile environment. The field's looking dreadful up there at the moment.
Is it? Yeah, right.
Doesn't look the best from what I've seen in the footage.
Right.
And obviously, it's probably the second furthest place to travel other than Norths for us. So it is a big day, and there's a bit on the line. So hopefully we can step up to that challenge, but obviously be wary of what brothers can bring as well.
Yeah, love it. I'm on the call for that one.
Oh, yeah.
All I do is call you like every week.
Can you be a bit more biased for me and him or something?
No, I'm not, because I'm a professional, mate. I'll go hard on you.
Just
too,
glow up a little bit, blow us up.
Can't be doing that. So good luck for the weekend ahead, lads. Let's go to some news stories. Singapore Sevens on the weekend. Argentina and New Zealand wrapped it up. The league winners. Aussie women came second. Aussie men came fourth. Do we see much of this? Thoughts?
I watched highlights.
Yeah.
I think New Zealand won again, didn't they? Like the men's in the actual comp.
The women, you mean?
Well, they won the overall.
Oh, yeah.
And the women won that tournament. But I think New Zealand won the tournament as well, the Singapore.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Argentina won the whole league.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I think that's sort of a promising sign as a Kiwi fan, because I think that's 2 in a row, maybe even 3.
And yeah.
Like we're coming in strong and finding form, and was that the second last or the last tournament before the Olympics? So, and it's good to see someone like a Leroy Carter, who's been a good sort of staple piece in that Kiwi side, come in and play that well. So I think it's a good sign for us moving into the Olympics, but obviously anyone's game. And disappointment for me is still Fiji.
Yeah.
They haven't fired.
No.
Can still 100% win the Olympics
You
because
watch
it's
their rock
Fiji.
up.
Yeah.
No, like I'm not writing them off, but it's been a bit. Obviously, dropped Ben Gollings, new coach come in, and I haven't seen any improvement there.
No. I'll get your take on this, Reed. Did you see the New Zealand side really lifted? The Aussie women, bit of a slide at the moment. No, they came second, but I just feel like they're not playing as well. What's your thoughts on all that?
I mean, watching most of their games, it almost feels like it's like a give the ball to Maddie sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think teams probably are starting to see that now, because all the shape is working towards that pinnacle moment of when she gets the ball.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're almost able to shut her down, it's going to make it a lot harder for the Australian women to, get on top of most teams.
Aussie women did only have 10 players in the last day. So they had 3 injuries.
Yeah.
I think Maddie Ashby got injured in the final
I
too.
heard she on the ACL.
Yeah, it didn't look good. She got carried off.
Jeez.
Not good.
Obviously, Charlotte Caslick didn't play in the Singapore Sevens, and someone else was rested.
Yeah.
So they rested a couple of girls. So I wouldn't read too much into it. And I still think the Olympics is anyone's game. But like for New Zealand, Georgia Miller,
Yeah.
she's been outstanding. She's 20 years old.
Yeah.
And she does so much like in the middle, and she's strong. And I remember a few years ago when she played in the Condor Sevens, which is like the national school sevens. And she was like a 16-year-old, and pretty much carried her. She was in the South Island school. I can't think of what school it is. Carried them to the final. Ended up losing to Hamilton girls, who have a very strong rugby program.
Yeah.
But she was scoring like 3 tries, 4 tries, 4 tries. She scored 3 tries in the final, and they still lost. Like, she's a freak, and I really hope we keep her in the.
Well, they just signed her
Zealand's
to
game.
the biggest sevens long-term deal ever. New
Well,
Zealand.
that's good to
5-year
hear.
deal,
Because I
4-year
was
deal.
worried we were going to lose her to league, like Aussie lost to chick that wears the headgear that's now playing at the Knights.
Southwell.
Southwell.
Yeah,
That's what I was a bit worried, especially with the Warriors moving back there next year.
True. So there's plenty of sevens. So Madrid is the final leg coming up next month, I think. Alrighty, and then the Rugby Championship under 20s is on in Sunshine Coast.
You look good.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. It was good. Fuck, I got so fucking wet. It was
Full suited up,
yeah,
too.
it was good.
I saw that.
Did the sidelines, so it was good. But hell of a game last night. Australia knocking over the Springboks, and then New Zealand bounced back, beating Argentina. Have you seen much of it? Thoughts?
No, I haven't seen much of it.
It was busy. Like, crowd was pumping. Like,
I've watched a lot of highlights. Probably haven't been able to watch a full game just as yet.
Footy, yeah.
There's so much footy on at the moment.
Yeah,
No,
literally.
It's crazy.
Seeing the result of that Aussie game, I thought that was a huge win.
Yeah, massive.
I think for Aussie rugby as a whole, because after losing to sort of Argentina, They lost that one, and then they say they go loose there and said everyone's starting to go, okay, Aussie rugby's.
Yeah.
But beating South Africa, this is the first time they ever beat South Africa, I think
I think
someone
so,
said.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
an under-20s level.
It's huge.
So
And
I think it's a big win.
yeah, massive. I spoke to the captain after that, Toby McPherson. I don't know if you heard it, but he spoke so much passion. Like we're sick of Australian rugby where we are at the moment. We're sick of being at the bottom. We want to change it. And
Yeah.
he was so the way he spoke was so pumped up, and yeah, it was quite motivating. And then Sunday now, so New Zealand versus Australia Sunday afternoon. And McLaughlin Phillips is going to come back into that side.
Yeah.
So
I better
That's
tune
a
in for
big
that one.
inclusion.
that
yeah.
should be good.
That's a big inclusion.
Yeah, so looking forward to that one. So yeah, good.
You on the sideline again?
No, I'm not. Rookie's got this one. I was on there.
Oh, yeah.
Rookie. So so I was glad I got crack at it last night. It was good fun. Then we go to more international rugby. The Wallaroos season kicks off this weekend, taking on Canada at Allianz Stadium before the Brumbies Waratahs matchup. Obviously, you've seen the squad. Joe Yap, her first squad, and I'm hearing Shalom could be starting.
Ooh.
Yeah, 16-year-old, which is crazy.
So she not signed to league?
Yes, she is. But she's doing both. And I think they're doing everything they can to keep her. What do you guys think about this? 16-year-old.
Bro,
100%
get her
deserves
in
to
there.
be there.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
But it is sort of...
Do you think it's too young, too early? Like, Canada's good too. They might just, I don't know.
Are they?
I don't...
Yeah, in women's they are.
They're
Yeah.
pretty good. I'm not saying, like, I don't want to sound a little bit sexist here, but obviously girls develop earlier. So when they're younger, they can play at that level.
True.
A 16-year-old boy is not going up against a 27-year-old man because you like testosterone,
Physically,
everything.
yeah.
Physically, I'm
Yeah.
trying to be scientific here, so it
No,
doesn't
you're
come
right.
across
Yeah.
as sexist, and I say the wrong thing. But yeah, so obviously, like, we go up against our Colts, and the level of physicality is vastly different. And we're not even doing full contact.
Yeah, yeah,
and
definitely.
they struggle with the speed and everything that goes with the game. Obviously, there's a speed difference for a 16-year-old, but
Yeah.
someone that's already pretty much like her size, like she's probably at her physical peak or close to
True, yeah.
over the next couple of years. So I think that's fine to put a 16-year-old there at that sort of level and give her that go because she was outstanding in the Super Dub season, a real shining light for a Reds team that struggled.
I mean, I think anyone, if they're that young, they're doing that well, and they're outshining their competition, they get a spot no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't rugby and there happens to be a 16-year-old freak, because, like, let's say, even though she is 16 and it's still a woman, she's a freak. Like,
Yeah, she's
you
young.
watch her play footy and you're like, she's, like, next level.
Yeah.
And I think same thing with men's. If there was a point where there was a 16-year-old that was...
If you're the best, get a crack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
And I think obviously there's more pathway, I mean, that you can see him at different levels before making that
True.
decision.
Yeah.
Whereas women, it's sort of, you know, especially in rugby, we don't really have the development programs set up in place for women's rugby yet, and hopefully that expands over the next couple of years. But she sort of got that crack at the sevens level, into the Reds, obviously played well, played herself into it, and worked up. Like a man, like a 16-year-old boy would have to be good at school level, then you give him a go at Colts, and you give him a go at club level, Prems, and then into Super.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, yes, this kid can play for the
Yeah,
Wallaroos.
yeah,
True.
definitely. Yeah.
But even then, that could be a year process,
Even longer.
even
Yeah.
longer. Like I think the youngest player we've ever had was
O'Connor's
Jonah?
youngest, isn't he?
for Wallabies is
Yeah.
O'Connor, and he was
Yeah.
18,
17.
17,
I
and
think.
close to Jonah. I think was 17 as well. But O'Connor was physically gifted back then. People forget how quick he was and how good
Yeah,
his footwork
he was a
He's-
freak.
He was a
his feet,
freak.
Yeah.
Where and then the other split, like I'll use Jonah as an example, Jonah Lomu. They gave him a go in the All Blacks trial, and he physically dominated everyone. So you're going, this guy's fine to go play men's.
Absolutely.
Some people just built diff.
Is that you?
No, I'm not quite like Shalom.
Okay, yeah, got you covered. Alrighty, and then big news today, Hunter Paisami boys signed a new deal, 2 years of the Reds in Rugby Australia.
Thank God that happened
Yeah.
because he is... Okay, there's obviously one person, only one person that is better than him at Super Rugby, and I think we all know who that is.
Who?
D-Mac.
Oh, this year, yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, I
Well,
think
in the
that
comp,
Hunt...
yeah.
I think that Hunter is like...
This year.
Yeah, this year is really like setting his mark in Super Rugby, and if he doesn't get the starting 12 jersey after the performances that he's put in,
He will, surely.
I think him and Ikitau are a lock.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
I think that's your midfield with. I'd say they'll go with Josh Fluke covering because Parisi's off.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Good to get him that done because you can really build a team around him at 12. I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Game
With the
line,
skill set that he has
skills
now
is
as
growing.
well.
Yeah, because he almost can play that second playmaker role too at 12.
Definitely
Yeah.
can.
And
Definitely
for
can.
like Schmidt, like we saw what he did with Bundy Arki and how he brought him through. I think Hunter's got the same sort of mold and physicality of that type of player where he can now ball play and be that physical specimen you need that gets you over the gain line, that starts your whole sort of structure of attack. Because if you go backwards on your first phase, especially at test level, like, quite simply you're fucked because you we get
Yeah,
at
you're
club
kicking the
level,
ball.
You're kicking it because now they've got their D line set and they get around the corner quicker and you're just running into big bodies. So big pickup and great signing.
That's a great comparison, I reckon, Bundyaki to
Yeah.
Hunter, for sure.
But I'd even go as far to say is that Hunter is physically more gifted than Bundy Aki is when he was going through. Definitely.
He's leaner. than
Yeah,
Bundy.
no, but I think like even like in
Skills-wise.
all aspects of the game.
I don't know. I got to be around Prime Bundy and he was a freak.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I mean,
before
he
he
did
left the
carve up.
Chiefs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like he was ridiculous. So I reckon they're
We
on
let him go.
par. And look what happened. He come out and
Yeah, best 12 in the world.
Yes, that's exciting for the game. One more. I was thinking your opinion on this one. Obviously, we're having a lot of trouble at the moment keeping players in Australia. You're seeing Parisi, you're seeing the league. Well, do we have to change the way we do our contract? What do you guys think the solution is long term? Because we can't afford to keep going like this, losing our talent.
Yeah, well, long term, rugby needs to get a better influx of money to be able to retain these players because like money's not coming out of nowhere and players need to get paid if they want to stay here, even if the opportunity of higher honours isn't there. Like the money has to lift for people to be able to stay in this comp and be wanting to do well here.
I'm sure you have some thoughts on this.
I'm going to go opposite. I think first things first, they got to scrap the ghetto law.
Yeah.
New Zealand at the moment are struggling to compete with some of the sort of funding that they get overseas.
Yeah.
And the things, we don't have big backers and companies and stuff like that other sort of economies have, that like Japan, for example.
Yeah.
Like we can't offer someone 1.5 mil a season. Like it's not sustainable.
But I feel like in New Zealand, when you're a young boy growing up in New Zealand, every kid wants to be is an All Black.
And this is where I was going to go on with
Yeah.
this. I would be happy for them for now to let players go overseas and let's invest back in grassroots. Let's invest in growing the game so you start getting that fan base back. You start getting people sort of being born and saying, I want to be a Wallaby. Because I think the gold jersey is the most iconic jersey in Australia. Like you see it now at other sporting events and it's easy to spot out because of how bright it is and everyone knows it's a Wallabies jersey. Like it's probably more prominent than a Kangaroos jersey if you're going, that's an Aussie jersey.
Yeah, definitely,
The Wallabies and like the baggy green for cricket in this country,
Those are like the two big jerseys.
Yeah.
So if they could find a way to sort of invest in that grassroots level and start sort of expanding the game so we can have 5 or 6 professional teams, then we can bring the ghetto law back. But for now, these are professional players. Like you've got a short career.
Yeah.
Some people have careers that last 15 years. Some have 5. Some people get injuries and their career is done. So when you can, if you've got a chance to make money that helps set yourself up for life, helps you come back and start a business or investment properties, whatever it is, players need to take it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Because you're one too many head knocks away from not playing. You're one massive broken leg from not being the same player. So I'm happy for them to actually let players go.
But are you worried about the standard of Super Rugby comp though? If we let all these stars just go,
But that's like you obviously don't want to let everyone go, and you got to pick and choose who you're keeping.
Yeah.
But you've got to find a way now to actually also put money back into the game so the game grows and gets back to that point of like sort of that late 90s, early 2000s. And I think the Wallaby performance will be stronger if they let these players come back too.
Yeah.
Like Parisi's only going to get better going over and learning the game and playing under some of the coaches that are in that Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah. Or like what they've done with Noah too.
No, look how much better he's come back after a 6-month stint.
I think everyone thinks though, like they want an instant solution, and for where rugby is at now,
it's not going to be that.
It's not going to be that unless there's some miracle out of nowhere. But it's going to take years for rugby to ever build up to what it was like you were saying in the 90s, stuff like that.
Good thing is, like we had that Bond breakfast launch, and we had I think he's the new CEO, a new chairman.
Herbert.
Yeah, of Aussie Rugby, and he was sort of looking at, obviously he wants to invest back in the game because he got asked some pretty full-on questions.
Yeah.
So it was actually good to see him make statements like that. But I have heard these statements the last 5 to 10 years. So I want to see it sort of put in play because I don't want rugby union to die in Oz.
No.
Because as a Kiwi, it actually sort of stuffs up.
Well, it affects you guys as well.
Affects
Oh,
us.
100%.
Super Rugby folds. Now all our players, well, we got our NPC comp, but
That's not making money.
it doesn't have the same appeal.
No. That's right.
Yeah, and that's not really making money. That is but that is building development is what its main course is.
Positive. Super Rugby's up 18% in New Zealand viewership since last year, and 18% crowd attendance.
That's good.
So it's actually going up over there.
Yeah.
But I think it's got a bit to do with Aussie teams have been better this year.
Yeah, I feel like the deal that they made with Stan was for instant, for an instant effect. Oh shit, we're gonna get this much money if we let Stan take on the viewership. Yeah, that ended up happening, but now you go to a pub or something, you're on the Bears or something, you want to watch the rugby. No one has a Stan account.
So they're obviously trying to change that.
Yeah.
But
that needs to change.
So you know how they end up with Stan, right?
What's that?
It's because Foxtel pulled out.
Well, they gave him an offer, but it was terrible.
It was 40 mil less than what they were given.
You see, I hear this argument all the time, like, oh, it's got to be on free-to-air TV, but the people don't realise is the money is not, and we didn't have any other options.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Fox deal was terrible, and... Yeah.
They had to take that deal.
Yeah, well, it's just also a killer.
At the moment...
100%.
It kills, viewership.
So the new deal has been negotiated now. I think Stan's done a
We
good
got
job.
inside knowledge here. We got inside knowledge.
I think they've done a good job personally, but it's hard because we need to get more games on free to air.
Oh yeah, I feel like if you're on Stan, what Stan is doing with rugby for the viewers that are watching
great.
on Stan,
Yeah, but it's growing it more people. I agree.
Yeah, it's amazing. But
It's too expensive.
yeah,
You got to buy a Stan membership and then the sports membership.
yeah,
you do both, eh?
people are just if someone wants to watch rugby league, they just flick on the TV or go down to the pub and it's there. It's always going to be there.
Yeah. But that's the issue. We're competing with AFL and NRL. It's different markets.
Yeah.
But,
Like I'm saying, it's not going to be an instant fix. It's going to take
time.
years.
Yeah. Good boys. Good bit of passion. Love that. Fire it up. Yes.
We're Kiwis, but we want to see Aussie do well.
Bloody yeah. And we're doing better this year, mate.
Not too well.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
So there we covered plenty. Then let's get into the tipping, mate. I'll show you some love. Fucking well done, mate. Well done. 6 from 6. Rian Stowers. The big upsets. He picked the Reds and he picked the Landers. They were the two upsets that me and Tyler did not pick.
Are you putting money on these?
No.
I should be doing this. I should be backing your picks.
I made the multi and it was $7, and I was like,
What?
Nope.
Nah.
The Reds are playing $4.
Reds
Was
are
it?
at $4?
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't make the multi that week.
Highlanders are at $2.40.
Yeah. Definitely value there.
I'll start doing it now.
Yeah, anyway, you did well, mate. I'm very proud. But you're fucking way ahead of us now. So you're on 44 from 59, and me and Tyler both locked up at 37.
44 from 59. That's got to be studied.
Anyway, so that's where we're at. So let's see if we can keep it going today and this weekend. So the ladder currently is the Hurricanes, Blues, Brumbies, Chiefs, Reds, Rebels, Landers, and the Drua are in 8. So the Brumbies and Reds to get 3 and 4 is very doable.
Yeah.
Imagine, and then they both get home finals.
I don't see it happening.
You reckon? Well, it could happen.
No, I mean,
I
could see that happening, but then who are they versing in their home finals?
Well, no, they play.
So you think they're going to jump the Chiefs?
That's the issue.
Chiefs have an easy run home.
Do they?
They got Moana this week,
Yeah.
and then they've got who else? Did
Brumbies
they
will be finished top 3. It's a
Brumbies will be fun. Reds.
It's I haven't really seen the Reds run home.
Reds
But
got
it's gonna be close,
Drua
though.
in Fiji,
Yeah, it's tough.
and they've also got another. There's only 2 rounds left, isn't there?
No, there's a few more than
3.
3, yeah. Got Rebels this week.
Who else have they got? Rebels.
I don't know, but it's going to
Force.
be very
They
close.
got the Force.
Oh, yeah. Should get that done. Anyway, so it's going to be a tight finish, and that'd be good, though, if we got 2 home finals for Australia. 2 each would be good. All right, let's get into it. Moana Pacifico taking on the Chiefs. Moana, $11. The Chiefs, $1.02. The Lions, 29.5, boys. You know.
Yeah.
I'll go straight into it.
We know.
Chiefs to win, Moana to cover the line. No Damian McKenzie. And we know the Chiefs aren't as strong when Damo's not in there with his impact. Obviously, you have to win. The Chiefs are going to be too good here, but you say 29.5?
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
I think Moana stay within that because I think the Moana, after last time they played Chiefs and had 60-odd put on them, they were so disappointed they bounced back and beat the Reds. Obviously, still going to be hurting from that, so I think they cover the line here.
Yep. Thoughts?
Yeah, same as Tyler.
Yep. Nice.
I still don't fully understand the concept of lines.
So,
I know you've explained it to me a lot.
Should we do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Simple.
So the line's 29.5. So that means.
So they start with 29 points.
So yeah, think the
they'll cover that.
Kickoff starts. They have a 30-point head start.
Yeah, they should cover that, surely.
There we go. Well done.
So you just honestly take that off the end score.
It's just a handicap.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just got to, when you say the line, you got to let me know which team starts with those points.
Well, if the Chiefs are the favourite, they're minus 29.5.
So you take it off them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But if you click the other one, it's plus, which means you'd add it to Moana.
Okay. I've got it.
Nice. Not that this is a bad habit. You don't need to know that anyway.
Don't worry, I've been trying to explain this to Ronan Kapi for weeks.
Yeah, don't do that.
Months.
Anyway, yeah, I agree. Chiefs too good here, but yeah, I like them. I like the minus, and they were pissed off. Like, they should have won that game in Tonga, and they just blew it.
What a terrible field and conditions.
It didn't really go to plan. Yeah.
How was that fella in the crowd?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone see that?
Sorry.
What happened?
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No,
The fella, he's like dancing, does the front flip.
It's so great.
Oh, it's
yeah,
beast.
Send it to me. We'll clip it.
Islanders, man.
Yeah, still. There
Some great tries in the wet,
Yeah,
respectfully.
For sure.
But it was some terrible conditions.
not good. But good to see the game there. Like regardless, it was cool. All right, the local derby, the Reds versus the Rebels at Suncorp Stadium. The Reds $1.18. The Lions 12.5. The Rebels $4.50 to win. So the Reds have never lost to the Rebels at home. They last met in Melbourne earlier this year. It was 43-26 this year.
Reds are fully healthy?
O'Connor's back on the bench.
O'Connor's
Tate McDermott's back, but he's coming off the bench. Fraser McWright was obviously back. That's about it. Jordy Patea's out for the season.
Yeah. I reckon the Reds will cover that line.
And yeah, okay, all right.
Beat them by more than 12, eh?
12.5, yeah.
Yeah, I obviously think Reds win. But I actually think the Rebels are going to cover the line.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a tight game. Actually, Dungunu's back in at 13. I expect a big one from him.
Yeah, Juicer's getting a start at 12.
Yeah, because both the midfielders got knocked out last week.
Do we say McDermott's back too? He's
Yeah,
back
off
at
the
9.
bench.
Oh, he's not starting?
Nah, Kalani's still starting at 9.
Oh, yeah. So the last 3 meetings between these two has been 18, 2 points, and 12 points. I still didn't tell you much, but it should be. I think the Rebels will compete.
I just think the Reds are too strong at home. I can't give the Rebels the win because the Reds have been good at home this year.
So Red
Except against the Brumbies.
oh shit.
That was a
shit.
shocking game.
Yeah, you hated that.
Terrible.
Yeah, I agree. So Reds to win for me, and I reckon I'll beat them by a bit. I'm gonna go minus 12.5.
Any try scorers for that game?
Tim Ryan.
I'm waiting
There we
for
go.
him.
Nice.
I reckon Hunter goes over again.
Yeah. All right.
I think Juice is in for a long day there.
Yeah. Tough. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough trot. Yeah, Reds too good for us. Big one, boys. The Blues versus the Canes. $1.72. The Blues.
This one's tough.
The Canes $2.02. The Lions 1.5. Last time they met, the Canes 29-21. The Blues have won the last 3 or 4 in this matchup in Auckland.
29-21 with backs going off in the first half.
Okay, hold on. Let me work this out. Riku Ioane's out.
He's gone. Yep.
Yes!
Knock.
No bias.
Zahn Sullivan comes back in and starting at 15.
AJ Lamb's at 13.
AJ Lamb at no Perifetta. He's still not back. And then pretty much the same pack they've been running with the last few weeks, if I'm right.
Yeah, and the Canes Shields is back, and captain Kenny Naholo returns to the starting 15, and Perenara is at 9.
Cool, that's dangerous.
This is going to be a good game, boys.
What's the line on this?
1.5.
Oh, not even worth betting on the line. It's too much of a risk.
I'll start with you, big dog.
I got to back the Canes. If Rico was playing, I think... No, I probably wouldn't have, but maybe the Blues would beat them. But I'm going to go with the Canes.
Did the Canes have the bye last week? Did they play?
Yeah, they played.
Yeah, they smoked the Tars by 1,000.
Oh, the Tars, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good game.
I'm going to go the Blues.
Yeah?
Just try and get one on Ren. I don't know who you're actually taking here, but only reason for that, the Blues have been strong at home. They haven't lost a game at home this year. I think their forward pack will be up for the challenge because for me, this is a lot of battles for All Black spots. You've got Hoskins versus Hoskins Satuda versus Braden Uosi. You got Peter Lakai against Dalton.
Yeah.
Papali. Brad Shields obviously doesn't count because he's played for England. But who in the locks. You've got Petty Toops going up against those locks from
It's a
the
great
Hurricanes, who
matchup.
have been solid. And I don't think anyone's actually talked about the Hurricanes locks being bolters for the All Blacks.
Yep.
And then the battle of the front row.
That front row battle will be huge because I feel like the Hurricanes have got most of their momentum from the start from their scrummaging.
True.
I would say their scrummaging has been number one in the comp this year.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very impressive. I'll go the Blues. The stats tell me that at home they do well and they'll be filthy. That game last time, they probably let that slip, and I reckon they'll be fired up.
Thing that people don't realize how big this game is the home final.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
true.
this is obviously 1v2.
1v2. And I think this is going to have finals footy atmosphere because everyone's going to be thinking it like, we need to win this game. Because whoever wins this should top the comp.
Yeah, should. Yeah.
Or go close to, depending on for and against, which I think the Blues for and against is actually a lot better than the Hurricanes because the Blues have wiped teams.
Yeah,
At-
Oh, yeah.
50, 60.
So,
if you
yeah.
times.
Blues will be going out to win this with a bonus. Well, probably not a bonus, but at least win. And I think, it's going to have that finals footy atmosphere. I think a lot of the Blues fans are going to come back down for it too because it's got a lot of potential to be sort of match of the year.
It's going to be awesome.
So game of the round.
Absolutely.
For
Do you
sure.
reckon,
Should be.
do you reckon it's 1-12 though? Either way, like should be tight.
Yeah, I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
I don't see either team running away with it.
No, so that's a good bet, I guess.
I think key players, Mark Talia.
Yeah.
He was outstanding last week. It's obviously an obvious pick. I think Dalton for the Blues as well.
Yeah.
I think his ability to pester and slow down the Hurricanes' ruck and the amount of tackles he sort of makes will be a big difference. And then on the Hurricanes side, Ruben Love,
Yeah, definitely.
what can he spark? Because obviously Brett Cameron plays 10, but he's a safe 10.
Yeah.
He's not a creator. He just does his role well, kicks his goals, and being the 10 that the Hurricanes needed.
Yeah.
And then TJ Perenara.
Look for him for a try.
I just think him around that ruck, around
Yeah.
some slow Blues forwards, and keeping that tempo up is going to be big for the Canes, especially when their big forwards get moving and their big ball carriers.
And having Kenny out wide is always handy as well, big boy.
Yeah.
This is his sort of dress rehearsal to see if he's in
Yeah,
All Blacks
see if he's-
contention as well.
See, he's the real deal. So it's been an absolute cracker Saturday afternoon. Hopefully after a W, you boys can tune in and watch that one. Actually, it'll be just starting as you guys finish, actually.
Hope
Yeah.
so.
We'll be up there in the. Oh no, we won't. We're away.
All right, next game is the Highlanders and the Crusaders down at Otago. The Landers $2.45. The Lions $5.5. The Crusaders $1.50. The Landers have lost their last 3 at home against the Crusaders. Both, obviously, the Crusaders lost last week.
Don't say anything.
All right.
I'm going Saders.
You and Saders?
Yeah. Is Rivers still not injured?
He's on the bench.
He's on the bench.
Havili's at 10. Cody Taylor back. Thomas E. Williams back. I think Scott Barrett's still out. Everything favours the Crusaders, so I think to get this win. I think those are two massive inclusions in the forward pack.
Yeah.
2 All Blacks coming into the front row is obviously big. I think Blackadder was starting to find his form slowly, and I think this will be another game and another big jump for him.
I already said Crusaders.
He said it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just hoping he didn't know about Cody Taylor and Tommy Williams before he said that.
Yeah, Cody Taylor's back. It's
Both
huge.
starting.
No, mate, I did my research.
Yeah, it's massive. I got to catch up. So I got Landers. They lost. They have a good record at home.
You keep saying this.
Shut up.
I got to catch up. And then you
Well,
pick.
I have. I've caught up to Tyler. That's what you to get.
I threw
I
it.
was 5 behind
He
him.
I
threw it
fumbled
trying
the
to
bag.
catch me.
I was trying. When me and Rian were tired, I was trying to get ahead of him, and I picked the wrong way.
Anyway, Highlanders to win. They'll get it done. Then local derby in Australia, the Waratahs versus the Brumbies. $3.60 the Tars, $1.25 the Brumbies. The Lions, 9.5. This is in Sydney after that Wallaroos test match. Boys.
Brumbies.
Deborah Senior's at 10 too.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till he picks.
Mate, he do his...
I'm still going Brumbies. And you're probably still going Brumbies as well. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I got to go Brumbies. Or I see Tane Edmed still on the bench. Parisi's coming off the bench. Joey Walton's gone into 13 for the Tars. Big one for me, and it's good to see Aussie Rugby doing this. Ponair loan to
Yeah.
the Tars coming off the
Yeah, I
bench.
saw that today.
And they
So-
signed Ben Sugars too from
Yeah.
Scotland, I believe.
That's what should happen, especially in Australian rugby.
Like players that aren't getting a crack, that are someone that went to the World Cup last year,
Yeah.
not being able to play Super Rugby. It's good to see him go to a team like the Tars, who have about 6 front rowers injured.
Yeah, they've got nothing left.
Like, and it's good to see that they accepted that loan and sent him out. And I think, end of the day, if Sam Talakai gets injured for the Rebels, he's still allowed. He comes back and he plays for the Rebels.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing to see that sort of helping each other out because Aussie Rugby wants as many Aussie teams in the final as they possibly can, and you've got the Crusaders and Highlanders sort of at the ankles of those sort of Rebels, Reds, Tars, and sort of looking to knock them out of the top. So it's good to see that. But I do think the Brumbies get the job done here.
Brumbies, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The Tars lost their last 4 at home versus the Brumbies.
Leonard Cattell to score. I
Yeah.
think he's going to keep the try
I like
scoring
that.
form up.
Is Toole back? No.
No, it's Ollie Sabsford and
Muirhead?
Muirhead on the wings and Tom Wright still at the back.
Yeah, okay.
Tom Wright, very underappreciated this year.
He is unappreciated.
I think he's played well like every week and hasn't really had a shocker, but you haven't heard much
Well,
about
yeah,
him.
maybe he just hasn't stood out. He just does his job, I guess. I don't know.
So I remember watching him in that Reds game where he was outstanding.
Yeah.
And he kind of does the same thing every week, but it's like if he's not scoring tries, we're not sort of looking at him.
Don't
Like, I
hear
think
that.
he's played better than Callaway.
Keller's dropped off.
Yeah,
recently,
I think
reckon.
so as well. I think his kicking is a massive asset.
Tom Wright?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Takes a lot of pressure off Noah and probably allows him to play a lot more of a 10 role.
Yes, so that should be a good one. The Brumbies, yeah, too good for all of us. Now, final game in the Western Force, take on the Fijian Drua over in the West. $2.05 are the Force, $1.67 are the Drua. The Lions, 2.5. It's a bit of a dogfight, these two, isn't it?
I reckon it's the hardest game to pick.
So, Wallaroos, Nick White and Rodder in the starting team. George Pullman and Marley Pearce will start. Harry Hoopert, he's making his Force debut and first game in Super Rugby since 2022. Ravo Tamundu on the wing. Joe Sessi back to fullback for the Drua.
Big shout out to Hoops. I
Yeah.
know he's gone through a lot with his knees, so it's good to see him back on the field
Absolutely.
and get it because he was a good prop for the Reds, good loose head option,
Yep.
and went over there to get a little bit more game time and look for a start. So good to see him, and if you guys could send Joshy back so he could play for Bond this week, it'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be handy. How do we see this one playing out, boys?
I'm going to pick the Force at home.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to agree. Like they've been pretty good at home.
Yeah.
They beat the Crusaders at home a few weeks ago.
So every time, remember like when they lost by 40 the week before, they came home that week and knocked the Crusaders. And same situation last week. So
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I just think
This is a hard game to pick, though.
Drua were
like
good.
Tyler said.
in Canberra, like they kept it close.
that's the problem. I don't know which Fijian team I'm gonna get.
Never
They get another 4 or 5 hours of travel from Canberra to over there. So I want to see Fiji because I want to see them in the top 8.
Yeah,
But I'm going to go Force because I just think Force at home's too
too good.
good.
Yeah, I'll join you. I like the Force at home to last the 2.5.
It's only one different game between us two.
You and I.
Yep. Who's going to get the spoon?
Yeah. Who do we go? Is it-
You went Landers, I went
yeah,
Saders.
that's fucking risky.
Wait, are
Isn't it?
you tired now?
Yep.
Did you listen to all, mate?
Owen,
I just heard you're killing everyone, and I was like, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Humble.
That's me.
Yeah, you're going well. All right, that wraps up Super Rugby this weekend. Plenty of good footy coming away. And now let's get into a bit of an after hours around the world topics. I'm sure you got something in your mind. Rian, what do you got, mate?
Who do we think is winning the rap battle?
Oh, yes.
Did you do your research today?
I got no fuck idea, so it's yours.
I even queued you up. I was going to bring this up.
I'll go Team Drake. I'm a Drake man.
Okay, get out.
Oh,
Nah, he's actually getting... Bro, have you seen what he's come out and said?
It's so weird 'cause I don't know what's true and what's not true.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
but
he's-
he's come out and said that he had someone send all of these fake leaks to Kendrick after Kendrick had made the disses.
So
But
who-
then he's still defending himself against all the accusations.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you're the one that put the information out there, aren't you just sitting back and laughing? You're like,
Why would you put out there that you want people to think you've got a fake daughter and you're a bit of a pedo?
yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like, I would not want people. If someone, and then I tricked you, I'd be going, now everyone's going to half think that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's a bit weird. Like, I did think that as well. I just think lyrically, Kendrick is a lot more superior.
Oh, yeah, but like,
But he's released some fucking slow songs.
yeah, and then Drake comes out with Family Matters, which has got a beast beat.
Yeah.
so who's in the wrong here?
Drake,
Okay.
he's a pedo.
Apparently, the whole industry. Look, here's my thing.
Allegedly, take that back.
Yeah.
Fucking
It
hell,
could be
mate.
a bit Drake's at the top, and everyone's turned on because it's not just Kendrick. Like everyone's hating on Drake in the industry at the moment.
Right, okay.
So it's a bit weird.
But
Apparently,
do you see what Kendrick said? Because Drake comes out and goes, it's 20v1. And then Kendrick goes, it's 1v20. I don't know how many Ghost Riders you have.
yeah, facts, that is true too. Yeah, it's interesting. And I hope that it's not actually just a publicity stunt so they all get more views. But
Well, I mean, if it is,
well done.
Kendrick Lamar is just like Drake's already got the views.
True. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing. And Drake's house actually got shot up this morning. One of his bodyguards got
Yeah,
severely
that's
wounded.
fucked, isn't it? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, this is the thing.
There's no playing gangster.
The good thing, Drake is Aubrey. He's
Yeah.
acting like a gangster.
Yeah.
Like, remember, he was an actor before he was a rapper. So he acts that life, so it helps him with his career,
the
obviously.
brand,
and
yeah.
Good for his brand. These other ones, they're from the hood.
Actually,
yeah,
Like,
like
you got to be careful. Like Kendrick in that are straight out of was Kendrick Compton. He's like
yeah,
LA.
straight
Like,
out of Compton.
all these guys are coming out like from Rick Ross. Like these guys are legitimate,
The real deal.
real
Yeah.
deal. Like grew up in that, so he does have to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, right.
Well, now he definitely does.
Yeah, someone just shot up
Yeah,
his house.
Jesus.
Apparently, it was the Weeknd that ordered the hit.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
and he used an AI of Tupac
And Snoop.
for one of his diss tracks.
What the fuck?
And,
Yeah,
and Tupac's estate made him remove it.
yeah, and
It's, yeah.
his next
Jesus.
concert's in Oakland,
Oh, cancel it.
bro. And Kendrick even says in one of his bars, he's like, "Your next concert's on Oakland. It could be your last."
Oh, God. All right, I'm too white for this shit. All right, the only other big news I had here was off the Tom Brady roast on Netflix. It's been getting plenty of headlines and clicks. I watched it and I thought it was bloody hilarious.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of the little snippets.
It
I haven't
was-
sat down and
fuck,
watched
it
the whole
was
thing.
good. That Nikki, I don't know if you saw that. Nikki Glazer, the blonde chick, she stole the show. Very impressive. Gronk, they made him look like an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, how was the other guy? Was it Edelman?
Edelman, yeah. About
He goes, everyone asked me how hung is Gronk. And he goes, not as much as
Oh,
the other tight end.
Hernandez. Yeah. Yeah, like
How's Giselle coming out saying she's angry
when
and
she's
everything?
fired up, yeah. Which,
They all started roasting her about Antonio Brown and all the things they said
yeah,
that
it's
day.
right. It was so, it was very well done.
It was very weird seeing her there.
She wasn't there. No, she wasn't.
She was there for support. She was in the crowd.
Gazelle? No,
I
she
don't know.
wasn't. No,
I don't
I'm
know.
telling
I'm
you.
sure I
No,
read that she was
wasn't.
there.
No, she
Fact check.
She's in Brazil or wherever she's from. There's apparently massive floods there at the moment. She's actually at home dealing with shit.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I could be wrong here.
No, she's not there. Trust. Why'd you go to that, bro? Fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kimmy K she copped it a bit too.
Kim K.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they're seeing each other for a little bit also.
Well, still rumors and shit.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
So, the Washington Post. The Tom Brady roast was cruel, misogynistic, and not very funny.
That's classic Washington Post.
Yep.
Trash. I thought it was great. And Bill Belichick was there, and they like sort of made up, and it was just he's actually got a bit of
It was
personality.
good to
I
see
feel.
Robert Kraft, like all three of them.
Yep. It was really very good. Yeah, so
I got
enjoyed
some
it.
league news.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
Did we see it? David Feeder?
Yeah,
What?
he's got to make a decision whether he's moving in the next couple
Panthers?
of weeks.
Is it?
Panthers.
Oh,
Or
that-
Roosters.
Oh fuck.
If he goes to the Panthers next year, that premiership, don't even worry about it. We all know where it's going.
So, for context, because I sat there and read it today because I couldn't be bothered teaching my class. No, it wasn't that. They were doing something and I was just going through the news.
As you do, yeah.
He's got until round 10 to make a decision if he's signing elsewhere.
But was he in his contract? He had a get out clause. Is that?
Yes, so
Yeah,
his
he had
get
to
out
get out,
clauses he
yeah.
has to sign before round 10
God.
to another team.
Fuck.
And the get out is that the Titans, if they're not on the 8 by round 10, fucking nowhere near,
Yeah.
then he can negotiate with other teams. But if he waits past round 10 or something, then he's locked in for another
Yeah.
year. Because he's actually got two
Right.
this year and next year on his contract. But he's got the get out because they're nowhere near the 8.
The Titans are fucking gone, aren't they? Like, what are they doing, man? They just never can deliver.
I thought Des Hasler was going to help turn it around.
Nah.
Maybe turn the other way.
Yeah. Terrible. That'd break Gokko's heart, I reckon, if he left.
The Warriors are worse.
Yeah, what is going fuck? We're not going to talk about that, are we?
Yeah, not as good as last year, mate. They've fallen off a bit.
Yeah.
The hype got to them.
Better team.
Well, yeah. I reckon losing Metcalf has been huge. He's really good.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
a great complimentary piece
Yeah.
to Johnson.
But yeah, anything else you want to touch on? Boys, anything making headlines?
Not that I can think of.
Thought we looked good the other night. Robin Hood, Batman, Joker.
Second best Joker.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean Joker.
Oh, sweet, eh? Yeah, your sister did well. She
Yeah.
had a full makeup.
Yeah, I know. She looked good, eh?
I was
I
very
don't-
impressed. I was like,
when we
fuck.
got there, I was like, oh, shit.
I'm like, I should
did
fucking
well.
head on.
Yeah, she
really
did,
well.
eh?
Sad thing is she felt way too overdressed because she thought people were going to get into it.
I
more.
thought we were into it, no?
She fell overdressed. I had a latex mask on.
Rian lost a dance battle against the other Batman.
No, I didn't. I won that.
That's that.
I did miss that.
I
Yes,
won
as
that.
soon as we walked in, she know we're a bit before you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I was dancing heaps that night.
Here we go.
The energy
Question
was bad.
before we wrap this up. What was your Monday hungover feed?
I wasn't about that Monday. I went to that Kira Hotel on Monday. I had a nice steak sandwich.
One day.
Yeah.
How much Macca's did you get?
Nah, I didn't get Macca's. Bro, I literally stayed in bed almost all day. I got up, brushed my teeth, went back, got in bed.
Yeah, you two
Got
kicked
up
on, I
again.
went home.
Went and
didn't
had a
kick on.
shower.
Well,
Got back in bed. Didn't eat till like 5 o'clock and got a sushi bowl.
I got up, cleaned all our bottles and stuff up at Zane's, drove home, had to ride the ride on lawnmower and help
Oh.
clean up the house.
Yuck.
By the time I got to bed, I felt fucking awful.
Jesus.
Disgusting.
Did you watch any bit of anime, mate? Is it a hungover fix for you?
No, I was literally just
Down and out. Yeah.
down there in bed.
Want to know what I watched? Young Justice.
Oh, yeah.
Great show.
On
What's that?
There's
Netflix.
3 seasons. It's like it's like Robin, Robin.
Oh shit! So it's like
All the young ones.
it's like what was that?
Teen
Cartoon
Titans.
Network. Yeah.
It's sort of like that, but it's like the Young Justice League. It's
That's
all the
kinda cool.
sidekicks.
Yeah.
It's actually really. There's 3 seasons, but the 3rd season now they're all older, so they've all like integrated into the Justice League. So it's like in the future, and
Yeah.
Batman and that stuff are still around, but all the older ones have sort of moved on. It's actually a good watch.
Next gen coming through.
26,
Next gen.
26
Yeah.
episodes
Yeah.
per season.
Yeah.
So it starts when they start, and then it just like moves through. And I'm up to season 3 now. I've been abusing it.
Fuck yeah, there we go.
Watch The Gentleman. Have you seen that?
I've heard that so many times a week.
Great.
Is it qual?
The movie is gun. Watch the series as well. Also
Are
gun.
they basically the same sort of premises, or are they different?
What's the fella's name that the actor in the movie? He's the one who actually like narrates the whole movie. What's his name?
I know you're talking about. Now I can't think about it.
I feel like it's Guy. Not Guy.
All right, we're dragging on because I'll be thinking about this for the next 2 hours.
Oh, that's gonna piss me off. Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie, okay.
Yeah. So he has he's produced the series.
Right.
He was one of the main actors in the movie as well.
True, okay.
Before we go,
Yes, Tyler.
if
what do you
anyone
got?
would like to sponsor us,
Yes.
please sponsor us because I haven't done the math fully yet, but I feel like we have a bye the week of the grand final.
Super Rugby.
Yes, and it
Yeah,
would
we
be
should watch that. We should watch that game together and do a bit of a.
100%. But it'd be a great little trip if someone sponsored us.
Oh, you
And
wanna
we'd
go to
all
it?
to the
God.
grand final.
Imagine the
The
content.
math could be slightly off, and we could be playing on the said day. I haven't done it fully yet because
Yeah,
couldn't find it. But if we do have a bye, we want to be there, guys. And if you want to hear a podcast live from the stadium,
That could be pretty cool.
here's your chance.
Yeah,
They would be content.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Oh, if the Canes are there though,
Well,
that
imagine-
could be terrible content.
That'd be great.
Especially if they lose.
That'd be so good.
If they lose, the content
Well, it's
could
looking
be.
like it's going to be in Auckland or
Yeah, it might be in Brizzy, mate. We're talking about. We might come good or Canberra.
Yeah, maybe,
Um,
maybe.
Yeah, no chance. I
That's
like the
hopeful
sounds of that.
dreaming.
my passport's up to date, so you don't have to sponsor that.
Yeah, give us some cash. Alrighty, that's us. Plenty of rugby ahead this weekend. Good luck, boys. I'll be watching along.
Thank you. Good luck
Thank you, mate. Appreciate
calling
it.
us.
Yeah,
No more mistakes.
I don't make mistakes. Oh, here
And
you go.
be friendlier.
Didn't you go Ryan Ryan on the weekend?
No, I don't fucking butcher
Bro,
it.
you gotta tell the bro next to you.
I did tell him.
Oh.
Yeah, dramatic ass. It's ringing, not ring on. All right, thank you for watching, viewing, subscribing, listening. We'll see you next week. Bye.